Welcome to MPUNGWE-PUNGWE YouTube channel. Subscribe for you to enjoy more of our videos anytime we upload.
Sir, I rise to present a ministerial statement on transforming the Malawi Defense Force with particular reference to the Malawi National Service, one of the units within the Malawi Defense Force. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the Malawi Defense Force is structured into four main components, namely the Malawi Army, otherwise referred to as Land Forces, the Malawi Air Force, the Malawi Maritime Force, otherwise referred to as the Navy, and the Malawi National Service. Allow me, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, to briefly highlight these key components of the Malawi Defense Force. The Malawi Army, otherwise referred to as the Land Forces, serves as the primary combat branch responsible for infantry, armored artillery, and engineering operations, with battalions strategically deployed nationwide. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the Malawi Air Force provides air defense, transport, and aerial reconnaissance capabilities critical to both security and humanitarian operations. The Malawi Maritime Force ensures maritime security, particularly safeguarding the strategic waters of Lake Malawi and all resources found in water bodies in the country. The Malawi National Service, which is the focus of this statement, First Deputy Speaker, sir, serves as the reserve force, whilst also providing specialized support aligned with national development. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the establishment of the Malawi National Service as a fourth service of the Malawi Defense Force was a deliberate and strategic response to emerging threats to human security. These include economic insecurity, food insecurity, and environmental vulnerability, challenges that continue to significantly affect sustainable national development. Following its gazetting in 2023, the Malawi National Service has since moved into full operational status, marking a significant milestone in government's efforts to redefine the role of defense in national development. In this regard, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the main objective of the Malawi National Service is to complement government efforts, disciplined manpower, or else referred to as woman power, technical expertise, and structured systems to support national development priorities in line with Malawi 2063. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, allow me to emphasize at the outset that government is implementing deliberate reforms aimed at transforming the prevailing perception of defense from being a consuming sector into a development-enabling institution. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, in this connection, through the Malawi National Service, the Malawi Defense Force aspires to contribute to national food security, infrastructure development, disaster response, skills development, and economic productivity. This transformation reflects a modern and contemporary understanding of national security as one resilience and development as core pillars. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the Malawi National Service operates through specialized directorates and companies, namely the Engineers Construction Company Limited, Agricultural Production Company Limited, and Disaster Management Directorate. These entities Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, operate under structured governance frameworks and contribute directly to national development. Starting with the Engineers Construction Company Limited. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the Engineers Construction Company Limited, that was established in 2018, is a general infrastructure contractor specializing in building construction, vertical structures, roads, and highway development. The company operates under a board of directors guided by a memorandum of understanding and articles of association, ensuring sound corporate governance. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the Engineering Construction Company Limited has established strategic partnerships with government ministries, departments, and agencies, regulatory bodies such as the Construction Industry Regulatory Authority, the Roads Authority, and the Malawi Revenue Authority. Academic institutions, including the Malawi University of Business and Applied Sciences, Lilongwe University of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Mzuzu University, and the Malawi University of Science and Technology, and also partnerships with professional bodies and the private sector. These collaborations strengthen technical capacity and enhance compliance with national standards. The Agricultural Production Company Limited. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the agriculture remains central to government's food security agenda through mechanized, irrigated, and rain-fed agriculture. The Agriculture Production Company Limited operates several farms across the country as follows: Gada Farm in Nchinji District with 1,654 hectares, Sakata Farm in Zomba District with 90 hectares, Bwanje Farm in Ncheu with 8,904 hectares under leasehold of the MDF, Malawi Defense Force, Kasungu Farm with 150 hectares, Karewa Farm in Kotakota District with 209 hectares, and Choma Farm in Nzuzu with 600 hectares. These farms support both crops and livestock production. The agricultural production, First Deputy Speaker, sir, that has emanated from these farms in the 2025-2026 farming season were as follows. A total of 784 hectares were cultivated under maize production, 10 hectares under rice production at Kasungu Farm. This is happening at a pilot phase. And the estimated total production stands at approximately 2,744 metric tons. This production, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, contributes directly to national food reserves through supplies that have been made to the National Food Reserve Agency and the Agriculture Development and Marketing Cooperation. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, with regard to livestock production, across all the farms that I've just mentioned, the livestock production currently stands at 190 cattle, 90 goats, 21 sheep, and 51 pigs. We have, under the Malawi National Service, strategic partnerships, which we have implemented through the Agricultural Production Company Limited in joint maize production involving Malawi Defense Force as well as Luana Holdings Company Limited, which is under Lilongwe University of Agriculture and Natural Resources. These partnerships aim at improving productivity and strengthening research linkages. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, with regard to disaster management and response, the Disaster Management Directorate provides rapid response during national emergencies. Recent operations include search and rescue missions during floods in Kotakota and surrounding areas, demonstrating the critical role of the Malawi National Service in humanitarian support and national resilience. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, moving into the future, to strengthen its contribution to national development and economic transformation, The Malawi National Service is pursuing several strategic initiatives. 1, establishment of a mining company. The Malawi National Service intends to establish a mining company, and the process of its formal registration is currently underway. This initiative is aimed at harnessing Malawi's mineral resources, enhancing value addition, reducing illegal mining and smuggling, and increasing national revenue. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, this aligns with government's broader objective of ensuring that natural resources contribute meaningfully to economic development. Secondly, establishment of Industries Directorate. Through the Malawi National Service, my ministry intends to establish an Industries Directorate which will focus on shoe manufacturing, tailoring, tent production, welding and fabrication, value addition to agricultural products, and small arms ammunition manufacturing. These industries will support industrialization, job creation, and skills development, not only for the Malawi Defense Force and not only for the Ministry of Defense, but also for the Republic of Malawi. Number 3, establishment of a Security Services Directorate. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, plans are underway to establish a security company to provide professional security services, contributing to both employment creation and enhanced security provision within this republic. Number 4, agricultural expansion. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, within my Ministry of Defense and through the Malawi National Service, plans are underway to expand our agricultural activities by introducing fish farming cages on Lake Malawi, expansion of poultry production, and expansion of irrigation farming. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, others might be wondering what's the strategic significance of the Malawi National Service as a unit of the Malawi Defense Force within the Ministry of Defense. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the Malawi National Service is emerging as a strategic instrument for national development that is contributing to food security, infrastructure development, disaster response, industrialization, and resource mobilization. This, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, represents a deliberate shift towards positioning defense as a productive and development-enabling sector. As I conclude, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, allow me to underscore that the Malawi National Service represents not only strategic innovation within the Malawi Defense Force, but also a bold vision for the future of our nation. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, with the leadership of our Commander-in-Chief, who is also the President of this Republic, His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, the Malawi National Service stands at the intersection of security and development, where discipline meets productivity, and where national service translates into tangible socio-economic transformation. Its potential to drive large-scale agricultural production, infrastructure development, skills training, and disaster preparedness positions it as a critical engine for inclusive growth and national resilience. Looking ahead, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the continued strengthening of the Malawi National Service offers a clear pathway towards enhancing the self-reliance of the Malawi Defense Force. By generating its own resources, building internal technical capacities, and contributing directly to the national economy, Malawi National Service reduces dependency whilst reinforcing the sustainability and operational readiness of the Malawi Defense Force. This Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, is a transformative shift from a defense force that primarily consumes public resources to one that actively contributes to national production and development. It is a model that aligns with global best practices and speaks directly to the aspirations of the Malawi 2063. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, again, under the leadership of our Chief, the President, His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, the future of the Malawi National Service is therefore not limited to its role within the Defense Force. It is intrinsically linked to the future of Malawi itself. With sustained investment, policy support, and strategic partnerships, the Malawi National Service has the potential to become a cornerstone of national development, empowering our youth, strengthening our economy, and safeguarding our collective prosperity. I thank you very much, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, and I submit.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Honourable Minister, for the statement. Honourable members, I now will recognize takers for questions to the Minister. Blantyre North, are you rising for questions? Okay, so Blantyre North, then the honourable member from Zimba South, then Lilongwe Lumbazi for questions. In that order for now. Blantyre North.
Thank you, First Deputy Speaker. Through you, I would like to thank the Honourable Minister of Defence for a very detailed and informative presentation, statement. First Deputy Speaker, I would like to find out from the Honourable Minister. I was listening very keenly, but I've noted that in the statement, there is one part which I stand to be corrected, the part of engineering, construction section. We all know that the engineering section for the MDF is known for constructing very, very durable roads and dependable. But this...
Honourable Blantyre North, please resume your seat first, because the leader is rising. Leader.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker. Just to beg that time be extended to allow a few members to comment on the statement. I beg to move.
Thank you. Honourable members, we have a motion for time extension to allow a few members to comment on the statement. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. Blantyre North.
Thank you, First Deputy Speaker. Thank you, First Deputy Speaker. In short, I would like the Minister to explain why of late the engineering section in the MDF is very quiet. Because I was looking at the construction section, which can bring a lot of finance to the ministry. Can the minister explain why is of late we are not hearing of the engineering section, which is known for constructing strong and tough roads, lasting roads in the country. I submit, First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Mzimba South.
Through you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, firstly, let me also thank the Minister of Defense for the good statement that he has elaborated. Indeed, Malawi Defense Force is doing great things as per his statement on 3 categories: construction, disaster management, and also coming to agriculture. 2 to 3 years ago, we passed a certain act that can give Malawi Defense Force to have mega farms. And I wanted to find out from him what's the progress of this. We haven't seen much. We haven't seen much of the MDF coming forth. And also, for the past 2 months, we have had some disasters. One time we had a disaster there at the bridge, M1 Road. I called you. How I wish that time the MDF could quickly come and do their job. And the engineering department for MDF is just there at Bua, at Kasungu. Just to supplement what my colleague from Blanta asked to say, why is the engineering department dormant, not vibrant the way it was during Kamuzu era? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Honorable member for Lilongwe City Lumbazi. So before you, we see leader yielding to him. Honorable member for Lilongwe Lumbazi, leader has given you the floor.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing people of Lumbazi to actually make a comment on the statement made by the able Minister of Defense. First of all, let me register my gratitude that when he was presenting the statement, he made reference to the 2025-2026 growing season, which the Department of Agriculture through the Malawi National Service are embarking on. And I would like to allude to the same, and I agree with the Honorable Minister with reference to the fact that I was, the past 2 years, the chair of National Food Reserve Agency. And I do recall that there was indeed a memorandum of understanding to allow the Malawi National Service to produce a good amount of maize, which was actually brought to the National Food Reserves. And this is very, very commendable. So my suggestion to the ministry, I'm not quite sure how issues of subvention do take place within the Defense Force, but I would like to propose, because that time the experience was that the Malawi National Service was experiencing underfunding. And therefore, if it's possible, why don't you put in place a strategy whereby all those 4 sections that were made reference to should be receiving direct subvention, and so that they can embark on their endeavors without any financial challenges. Maybe as opposed to a situation where they will have to request for funding from a central pool. That's my suggestion. But otherwise, I think as a country, if we indeed empower the Malawi National Service in the field of agriculture, we'll be more certain and more assured of food reserve in this country, because they have a vast piece of land where agriculture is indeed taking place. Thank you so much, Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, sir.
Honorable member from Chinji, then Karonga Central.
Thank you, First Deputy Speaker, sir. Through you, First Deputy Speaker, I would like to thank the Minister of Defense for the very detailed report which he has presented in this August House. First Deputy Speaker, I would like to focus on agriculture. In Nchinji, especially in Nchinji North, which borders my constituency, is where Gada Farm is. And that's where the Malawi Army is also conducting the agricultural activities there. Malawi National Service, yes, is carrying out the agricultural activities there. But First Deputy Speaker, sir, Nchinji Northeast has a river which runs from Nchinji Boma up to Kasungu there. It's a very vast river. It's called the Rusa River, with a huge area that can, support irrigation scheme. Through you, First Deputy Speaker, I would like to request the minister responsible, when they are making their plans of, improving agricultural productivity through Malawi National Service, they would like, they can also consider, focusing on the Rusa River, which has the vast land, like I said, over 4,000 hectares according to Nchinji District Council, which can support irrigation activities. Besides that, we also have idle farms in Nchinji Northeast constituents around areas of traditional authority Gumba, estate 56, 57. These are just idle estates. I think they can also consider extending these agricultural activities to such estates. Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker. I submit.
Karonga Central.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir. First of all, let me congratulate and thank the Honorable Minister of Defense for his comprehensive and very enlightening statement about our Malawi Defense Force. We all know, Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir, that our army is a highly disciplined and professional army. And for them to embrace this strategic innovation adds to the value of our Malawi Defense Force. During the cluster committee interactions, one of our stakeholders were the Malawi Defense Force, and we were briefed of their activities in terms of diversification on how far the MDF has gone. And we were impressed. One of the things that we were told, not only told, but we also made a visit, was on the agriculture section of it. Visiting Gada Farm and what we saw there in terms of assuring food security in the country was very, very impressive. We saw a big crop that has been raised there, and we can only anticipate a very bumper yield. But at the same time, Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir, we saw some problems which I want to highlight. Access to Gada Farm is not very much in order, to the extent that I doubt if they will be able to harvest that bumper yield using big trucks. So it's an area that I would like to appeal with the minister that to look into that area in improving access to Gada Farm. Going further, Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker, the engineering corps, it is evident everywhere where the engineering corps have done their work, they have performed. And indeed, as my colleague from Blantyre has alluded to, the quality of work is amazing. For example, 15 years ago, they constructed a road at the Area 43 Cash Gate. You see that that road up to now is very durable with no potholes whatsoever. To that extent, Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir, I would like to ask the Minister of Defense to consider extending the services of the Malawi Defense Force Engineering Corps to their involvement in the Constituency Development Fund. For example, Karonga Central has lined up few development projects like health centers, community hospitals, and bridges. And during our interactions, the Malawi Defense Force offered themselves that we are almost a non-profit making. You don't have to give us a tip for us to do a good job. And in fact, if we are not very active in participating in the construction of public infrastructure, it's because the MDF doesn't take any tips from anyone. And that's why we're sidelined. So to buttress my point as far as my constituency is concerned, Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir, I would want to ask the Malawi Defense Force through the Minister of Defense to come to Karonga Central constituency to participate in the construction of schools, hospitals, and bridges. Thank you very much, Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir.
We'll finish by the Leader of Opposition. That one will be the last.
First Deputy Speaker, thank you very much for according me an opportunity to add my weight on a statement ably presented by the responsible minister. Of interest is the way he categorized the departments. He knows that he's one of those ministers that I hold highly. I will start with the National Service. Honorable Minister, wouldn't be there a deliberate consideration that you would probably allocate the quota to the National Service for a particular value chain so that the issues of productivity would actually be achieved to the maximum. For instance, when you were reading out the value chains that these firms under National Service are actually doing, you would see that they are quite significant. I know they are under pilot, but probably allocating a quota against each and every value chain would help them produce more. Then that also takes us to a question where you would do quite a lot of cost-benefit analysis of the value chains so that you identify which value chains should be done by which firm. And the third one on the same, issues to do with innovation and value addition. Long are the days that we could do grow and sell raw. If we value add with the capacity that your ministry has, it would actually help us gain more effects. Then that is also connected to mechanization, and probably one of the honorable members here was reminding me that when you are dealing with the disaster management, you might consider about getting helicopters, but I wanted to link this to National Service, where with innovation, instead of using the manual way of applying chemicals, you would actually use the helicopters or drones to do chemical application. B is on engineering department. I'm particularly inspired by the work that they do, and I know many members of parliament have actually alluded to the same fact. If we are to talk about durability, if we are to talk about the quality of work, then you are assured if the engineering department of your ministry is involved, including speed. Sometimes when bridges are broken, we would need them to come in and do the work. I think we need not to have them during such times, but also during times where we feel we can do works like roads construction. The engineering department would actually do quite a good job, durability, quality. And finally, on this one, if we use the engineering department, we could also reduce the pressure on foreign exchange because they will be paid in kwacha, and that would help us to build the reserves. The issue on sea complementarity between and amongst key stakeholders. And in this aspect, I'm looking at agriculture, trade, MDF, and the Homeland Ministry. Agriculture for agriculture productivity, because I understand extension services might come from there. Trade, because what is going to be produced in your farms would be traded, and probably the Minister of Trade would find profitable markets domestically or externally. Then the Homeland Ministry, because under the ministry, and I hope the Minister of Homeland is listening, under the ministry, we have the Malawi Prison Service that do also have farms and would like to produce more, or probably if you could do the complementarity on that aspect, that would actually help so much. I come from Kasungu, where we had quite a number of farms, and most of them were under press agriculture, Chamwavi Group and others. Most of them, including in Nchinji, where the honorable member comes from, are idle. They are very idle that probably when I was listening attentively to your ministerial statement, you just mentioned Gada Farm, which was previously by Gwanda Jaguamba then, Sakala, Bwanje, Kasungu, Kalewa, and Choma. About 6 of them. But if we want to look at the bantam and then the volume, we would also be thinking of expansion. As the ministry has deliberate plans to acquire some of these farms so that when we are talking about expansion and improved productivity, we could also look at these farms creating some more employment to young people. I hope I have raised quite a number of issues and that I saw the responsible ministries taking notes. They might answer them now, or they can just act, because I think what Malawians out there want are results, and I hope these ministries are very able and result-oriented. First Deputy Speaker, I submit.
Thank you. Leader, there's a burning one coming from the honorable member. What constituency is that, sir?
Chitipa Chendo.
Chitipa Chendo,
yes.
You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker. It's pure favor that you have given an opportunity because the leader of opposition was supposed to be the last one. Let me begin by thanking the minister responsible for such a wonderful report. It's very impressive because of its innovative ideas, which is a departure from the traditional, and that one is greatly commendable. My question, though, is there is an outstanding issue at Meru Garrison. There are some people who were asked to move from their villages. Some were paid, others were not paid. I think there's a bill, an outstanding bill of about 185 million or thereabout. According to the village people, the concerned, and the local leaders, this issue has been outstanding for quite some time. And they keep this one refers them to that one, and that one to another one. With your innovative approach, I suspect and I believe that the Honourable Minister, you can do something so that this issue should be put to the rest. Otherwise, they think that as Member of Parliament, maybe I have the capacity to solve that problem, which is not possible. I have confidence in you, sir, First Deputy Speaker and the Speakership in general, that probably this issue will be put to rest. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Chitipa Chendo, what you've done is solving the problem. Your job is to raise the issues in here, and that's part of solving the problem. So when your people ask you, have you tried to solve the problem? You have, by presenting it to the responsible minister. Thank you very much. Honourable Minister, you have the floor to tackle one or two questions. The others were comments, so we can wind up the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir. Let me just ride on your last comment to indeed thank the honourable member from Chitipa Chendo to say what he's done is exactly part of solving the problem. The confidence that he has in me is the same level that I have in him, that together we should be able to sort out this problem at Chirumba Garrison. I thank you very much. Indeed, First Deputy Speaker, sir, your observation, most of the issues that have been raised, most of them are suggestions and recommendations. I would therefore want to thank the honourable member for Blantyre North for acknowledging the quality of work that is done by our engineers construction company limited, just as well as the acknowledgement done by Karonga Central, particularly Karonga Central inviting the engineers construction company to participate in CDF projects. I suppose that invitation should not only just come from Karonga Central, but all the members of Parliament here can benefit hugely by engaging the engineers construction company in their CDF construction projects. You can always count on us when it comes to the quality of our construction works. So I thank you so much, honourable members, for acknowledging this fact of the Engineers Construction Company Limited. The mega farms from Mzimba South, as well as Nchinji East, Nchinji Northeast, regarding the farms that are available, as well as also the comment from the Leader of Opposition about the available farms. That's a direction that we are taking. The outline of the farms that I presented in my statement is just but an example of the farms that we're currently working on, but we are moving on to extend and expand the agricultural production in terms of land holding, the farms that we're going to undertake. Right Honourable First Deputy Speaker, sir, there was a comment to say the members have observed that the engineers construction company has been idle, and also an observation as to why the engineering construction company did not partake in the remedial works that were being done at Basazi. Without making any reflection, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, on the previous administration, that the rate and the state in which the Malawi Defence Force, particularly the engineering construction company, the state in which it is in terms of resources, the company was run down, and it doesn't have, as we speak now, most of the required equipment for the engineers construction company to attend most of the huge construction works. However, let me quickly mention that the allocation that has been made to the Malawi Defence Force in this House for the 2026-2027 budget, I wish to thank this House and the Honourable Minister of Finance for that allocation, which is also going to make a contribution towards equipping the Engineering Construction Company Limited so that we can extensively participate in the major construction works that do happen in this country. In conclusion, Honourable First Vice Deputy Speaker, as I mentioned in my statement, that under the leadership of our Commander-in-Chief, His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, the reforms that the Malawi Defence Force within the Ministry of Defence is undertaking is to ensure that we become a defense force that is development oriented. Because in some cases, people have always thought that the Malawi Defense Force only exists to be fighting. But we want to have a Malawi Defense Force that is contributing meaningfully to the development of this country. So I can assure the Honorable House that with the leadership of our Commander-in-Chief, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika Nkulukuta Moyo, what has been suggested on the floor are matters that we are dearly considering and will take on board. I thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very, very much. Leader for the business tomorrow.
First Deputy Speaker, first of all is to thank you for presiding over the House today in a very excellent manner. Tomorrow we will tackle 3 ministerial statements, one from Ministry of Information, another one from Ministry of Gender, and then the last one from Ministry of Transport. And we will also tackle one report by the chairperson of Health. It's Health and Population, I think? Yes. So that's how we'll proceed tomorrow. If we've got some time left, we will introduce more business. Meanwhile, as indicated, the Minister of Justice was ready to respond to an issue raised by Mmene in regards to the DG of Financial Intelligence, I think so, Authority. Unfortunately, the gentleman has disappeared. The honorable member I'm sorry, withdrawn. I'll correct it. The honorable member has disappeared from the House, and I hope he will not, reappear tomorrow to ask the same question. But the minister was ready with a response to that question. Other than this, once again, thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker, for ably guiding the House this afternoon. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Leader, and the honour members. We had a very good day, and it's worth us to retire so we can concentrate on other important businesses, including family business. Honour members, I have one announcement to make. The announcement is coming from the leadership of the Seventh-day Adventist Church at Parliament. The leader, Honorable Chili Kuntima, is announcing the arrival of the Malawi Union President and his delegation, and a delegation from Eastern Malawi Conference of the Malawi Seventh-day Adventist Church for a meeting at 5:30, which is 2 minutes from now, in room number 257. And he's extending an invitation to all honorable members to attend the gathering of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Honorable members, it is 17:29 p.m. I therefore adjourn the proceedings to tomorrow, 8th April, tomorrow at 2 p.m. House adjourned.
Welcome to MPUNGWE-PUNGWE YouTube channel. Subscribe for you to enjoy more of our videos anytime we upload.